Dance gave me the ability to communicate and express myself. Dance saved my life, and it can save yours too. I'm an African-American dance artist, and I grew up watching break dancers. And so at the age of 4, I decided that I wanted to break dance like everyone else. I did everything that I could, but eventually landed on my leg and hurt it so bad that I couldn't dance anymore. It was the worst pain ever. And at that moment, I decided I was never going to dance again. I held off on that dream. I wouldn't. Who likes pain here? I sure didn't. And so, dance left my life until my mother took me to the Oakland Ballet. And I saw their performance of the Nutcracker, and oh my God, it was so beautiful. All of the different poses that they did were so graceful and powerful, and I was in awe. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I realized that dance and body movement has the ability to tell a story. That was amazing to me. I can tell a story. I want to learn these different languages of dance. And so I said, Mom, I want to dance. But my mother couldn't afford the classes. We were poor. I wanted to be a part of that group. But I had to set that aside. And so I decided to just be a kid and to be a part of that group. I went to hang out with the other kids in my school and noticed that nobody wanted to play with me. And I found out later that their parents didn't let them. And I thought maybe it's because I'm black? Well, anyway, I'm going to hang out with other kids of color. But they didn't accept me either. And I thought, well, maybe it's because I'm deaf. And so I thought, hey, it would be cool to hang out with other deaf people. But they thought I was too weird. Because I was a very poetic child. I used to say things like, move like mango. Many people didn't take the time to understand what I meant or where I was coming from, so there I was, alone. I felt like I was in a really dark place, and at one point, I was suicidal. I wanted to be a part of a group, but where? Luckily, dance came into my life. I went to Skyline High School, and they have dance class there. And so I walked in on the first day of class thinking that I was going to hang out with the other kids that were dancers like me or wanted to be. And guess what? They didn't want to dance with me. And so I had no partner. And my teacher, noticing my dilemma, said, why don't you do a solo? And I said, me? Solo? No way. I'm too hot for a solo. I needed somebody to dance with me. And she said, go ahead, make your solo. And so I did. I rolled up my sleeves, I stood strong, and decided to dance to Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. And as the music played, I took up the entire space. And once the instrumental break came, I felt like I had been struck by lightning. I was on fire. I was being carried by the wind and the water, and the earth shook. I felt it radiate through my body, and I danced like I never had before. And when the music stopped, I was trying to catch my breath, and I noticed the expressions on my classmates' faces as they looked at me. And then they broke into applause. And the teacher asked them, "What did you see?" One person said, "I saw loneliness. I saw him looking for love." And I thought, that's right. I am looking for love. I'm looking for a place. And I learned that dance was another way of communicating. And so I wanted to learn all these different languages of dance, ballet, modern, jazz, African. My God, there were so many different languages, and I wanted to be able to communicate with the world. And that's why I set up the Urban Jazz Dance Company, so that I'd have the opportunity to teach other people in the world how to express themselves the way I had learned. When you think you can't express yourself, it'll make you go crazy. You'll lose your mind. So I learned how to do that for myself and passed it on to other people. And our company has gone on to dance all over the world and help people find their voices. Some people, they like to have a song that they sign to, they learn sign language to express the music. But that wasn't the way it was for me. I wanted ballet and modern and African dance to be woven together with American Sign Language to express ideas from deaf culture. I was the president of the National Deaf Black Advocates, and it was my responsibility to make sure that people knew what was going on with our community. And so I talked about slavery. We talked about people being imprisoned. And we talked about things that were happening in government by way of dance. People learned through the dance that we did and the message that we had to share with them, our wisdom. And that was a really powerful thing. But I was still thinking, is there a place for me? Is there a place for all of you? Do you wonder about that? We all have holes inside of us that we're looking to be filled. We need to feel that wholeness. And so I established the International Deaf Dance Festival to give people a place to be who they are, and for me to be who I am. And dance gave us all a place to heal. Many of you probably have different identities, different personalities. There's probably no one word that can describe who you are. And we've learned to use movement to express ourselves. I'd like to show you all a few movements today. I'm hoping you're willing to try them with me. You put this hand like this, your right hand up, your left hand up like this, and bring them up to the sky, and move them like this. One more time. Up and down. Now that's what I mean when I say move like mango. It means move with love. Being deaf is a part of the human experience. It's just another facet. We have a different culture, but everyone here is beautiful and that you have your own culture and your own experience. And you don't have to find a word to describe you. You can find your movement. I dance because I'm happy. I dance because I'm free. Dance saved my life. Thank you very much.